Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome to another video podcast of Political News Time here on the PNT Live Network. I am your host, Alex Mayers. Today's Political News Time video podcast is going to be a follow-up to the most recent Political News Time podcast that you can find an archive of course, over on politicalnewstime.com, a podcast that revolved around mainstream Hollywood actress Nicole Eggert, mainstream Hollywood actor Scott Baio, a company known as Sitrick, an individual known as Brian Glicklich, Prince Andrew, and a woman who has made allegations against Prince Andrew, known as Virginia Roberts. And last but not least, an individual whose name is quite well known, even though he is now deceased, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, since that podcast was posted, I received a communication from the company known as Sitrick, an individual who appears to be affiliated with Sitrick, known as Anthony Glassman specifically. Now, I am not going to read this entire communication, but it does seem that in this communication, there are some elements that Anthony Glassman would like for you, my audience, to be aware of. So I will make these points public. However, this communication also raises a very pertinent question in regards to Brian Glicklich. Now, judging from the verbiage in this communication, it seems as though Anthony Glassman of Sitrick and Company wants it known that even though Brian Glicklich was listed as a senior executive on the Sitrick website, at least up until November 30th of 2019, the actor known as Scott Baio, who does appear to be a client of Brian Glicklich, has never in any way been represented by Sitrick and Company, aka Sitrick. It also appears that Anthony Glassman wants it known that they have never, meaning Sitrick has never, and would never intimidate or attempt to silence victims of alleged crimes. It seems also he wants it known that Sitrick would never support lowering the age of consent. And lastly, it appears that Sitrick, aka Sitrick and Company, wants it known that as of current, they just may be in need of a better webmaster. A webmaster who is able to keep their website up to date in regards to who their current employees are. Because according to the communication that I received from Anthony Glassman of Sitrick, Brian Glicklich is not an employee of Sitrick, even though there are multiple sources online that point towards Brian Glicklich being employed by Sitrick. So maybe he was just recently employed by Sitrick. Oh, one more thing. Sitrick does want it known that upon Jeffrey Epstein's death, he did not owe them any money. So I suppose that lawsuit referenced by page 6 that Sitrick filed against Epstein in California has been resolved. That's about it for today's Political News Time. There actually might be another Political News Time today in regards to another issue, but I did want to put this together because anytime somebody wants certain things known, I think that they should be known. Take care, everybody. And once more, I'm Alex Mayers. Bye-bye.